It's a Wednesday morning at Mason Crest Elementary School in Annandale, Virginia. You won't find the 5th grade teachers in front of their students, though. They are at their weekly science planning meeting, preparing a lesson on the difference between vascular and non-vascular plants. Today's lesson was created by teacher Andrew Pratt.
A lot of the lesson is really unpacking the vocabulary word vascular, but then going a little bit deeper. What exactly does that mean? Like, how are they using their vascular tissue?
Nearly half of the students at Mason Crest are English language learners, or ELLs. All of the 5th grade teachers have ELLs in their classroom, so an important part of today's meeting will be making sure that the ELLs will be able to participate fully in the lesson. Looking at the lesson from an ELL point of view is Katy Padilla, a specialist in teaching English to speakers of other languages, or ESOL. She attends all 5th grade team meetings.
So I tend to look at it from the eyes of an English language learner. So I try to look for the things that would be confusing or the things that aren't as obvious and that would need some kind of support, and then I suggest changes.
Ms. Padilla wants to make sure that ELLs will be engaged from the beginning of the lesson. She has a small change that will make a big difference.
The vocabulary word that we're going to be focusing on today, vascular. Where have you heard this word before? What does this word mean to you?
I would almost start with the question, have you heard this word before? Because some have not.
So if we change the question to just, have you ever seen the word vascular? Well, then it's safe, because some people might say yes, but it's okay if I answer that question no, because it's just a yes or no question. If the first question automatically counts me out, then I'm not going to be as engaged in the lesson.
Katy brings so many good ideas, and she's constantly serving as an advocate for our English learners. She will sit there and she'll say, I don't know if this assessment is really appropriate. Let's try an alternative assessment for them. Or she'll say, you need to back up a little bit, provide them with some more background knowledge, and then you can move forward at the pace you would like to.
The role of the ESOL teacher is to help build the knowledge and the confidence in our classroom teachers and the entire staff in the school, so that they have the strategies, the tools in their pocket to be able to support English learners throughout the day.
Next, Ms. Padilla looks for ways to tie the content of the lesson, the difference between vascular and non-vascular plants, to students' background knowledge and experiences. She will be pre-teaching some concepts and vocabulary words to a small group of students at lunchtime and shares her ideas with the group.
Tubing is good. Another one that our pre-teaching group is going to see today is straw, like thinking of a straw as a tube that they see every day.
That's cool.
So that they can make the connection of what does a straw do?
We were talking about the stem for when we were creating our diagram. I had a student say, this is like a straw.
Exactly.
When we're transporting water from the roots to the leaves and the flower.
And that actually is the connection they used in 4th grade. They told me yesterday. The 4th grade teacher said a straw for this time. Yeah. So that would be perfect.
Sometimes it's just that fresh pair of eyes who looks at something and says, I think we could change this and make it better. And so I'm kind of that voice to say, I think there's another way we can do this. And that doesn't always mean that that's the idea that's taken, but it's another idea that's presented that they can consider.
As we develop the lessons, she's there to give us those best practices that we can use for our language learners, so that every single person on the team is providing those bridging services that allow them to access the curriculum. What's nice is those strategies also work well for the entire classroom.
She's able to offer certain strategies, do professional development within that meeting. It doesn't have to take place somewhere distinct and separate or outside of the building. So that's why those planning meetings are so important, because when we're sitting at the table together, she can share it as we're developing the lesson, reflecting on it, and tweaking it so that we can best modify it to support the needs of all of our language learners, because we have English language learners in all 4 classrooms.
Thanks to a commitment to collaboration embedded at Mason Crest in all areas of instruction and professional development, every teacher can contribute and support ELLs, not just specialists like Ms. Padilla.
But it really helps our students, because when they see us collaborating and they see both teachers teaching these lessons, they're not looking at the ESOL teacher like she's coming in to support just 2 friends. She's in to really support all of them.
This collaborative model highlights a key belief at Mason Crest. ELLs are everyone's kids.
Our philosophy is a collective responsibility. English language learners belong to all of us. Every teacher belongs to every child in this school. So when we look at a student, it's not your student or my student. These are all of our students.
This video production was made possible by the National Education Association.